My second prediction is that Devante would willingly excuse himself from the competition.
Yeah.
What is up? Welcome to Dude You Never Told Me, a podcast about three best friends just best friending it. I'm your host, Anthony, and with me are my two best friends and my co-host, Alex.
What's up, everybody?
And Devante.
I was a little late there, Alex. What's up, everybody?
A little delayed, you know. Get that Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, man.
Maybe
I'm delayed.
Anyways, we'll jump straight into the episode. I kind of want to begin it with, this is our first episode recording after Super Bowl 59. And, I have to say,
don't remind me.
I had a good time, but the real question I want to ask y'all is, what time did y'all stop watching the game?
Bro, I was
the moment that the clock hit 0.
You watched the entire game?
You watched the entire thing.
Wow.
I watched the entire thing. Hey, I got to say, shout out to Xavier Worthy for putting up the only points on the board. And there's one more, but like that dude Xavier Worthy's got me excited, at least for fantasy football in the future. But man, did the Chiefs just suck ass, dude.
They blew it.
I blame the O-line the most, but honestly, I don't know what they were doing.
I blame the refs.
You blame the refs?
They weren't paid enough.
I love all the memes where like the refs like, oh, you shorted us, so we're not gonna work hard no more.
Oh, man.
Literally.
Right.
The refs are like, all right, we're exposed. We can't keep doing this.
Yeah, everybody online was saying how to beat the Chiefs. Just run 4 men on defense against them.
Yeah, the Bucks did that a couple years ago, and now the Eagles did it again.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's
the secret.
Just put 4 really beefy dudes coming at Patrick Mahomes.
It sounds super simple, but I mean, hey, if it works, then I would love to see teams do it next year and, show the world that the Chiefs aren't that good. Yeah.
My favorite is just all the sad Patrick Mahomes memes. Like, see like camera caught him like just frowning after like the first quarter. And he's like all sad boy. That's the
like, did you hear the rumors about?
Reminds me of the Tom Brady days.
Yeah, when Tom Brady's there, Patrick Mahomes always loses.
Yeah, Mahomes is 0-3 every time Brady's at a Super Bowl.
My wife wasn't making fun of how Tom Brady looks. He looks a little too like chiseled and plastic. He had a lot of work done.
Tom Brady's a Ken doll now.
Yeah. Post NFL career, he has a lot of work done, and so
I don't know if y'all recognized his watch there.
I did see that.
Do you know the brand of that watch?
I don't know. It's worth more than my net worth is currently.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like an 800. I think it's like $800K watch.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We were making fun of like his headset, and his microphone was just so big it just covers his entire bottom half of his face. Because he has a very slender face now. It's just very fun.
And he's not the best of announcers. I think I'll take the old Cowboys quarterback over him.
Aikman?
Romo?
Or Romo, yeah.
Romo.
Oh, okay.
I like Romo. Not as a Cowboys quarterback, but as an announcer.
Devante's like, I don't like nobody that plays for the Cowboys, but once they stop, they're cool.
No, I like everybody that plays for the Cowboys because they keep on losing. It's great.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, I can say the same about the Steelers right now.
Hey,
we're a winning season.
Winning season, yeah. That's all you need. Bare minimum. just
bare minimum, bro.
Uh-huh.
We're scraping by.
They are the definition of C's get degrees.
To quote Vin Diesel here, winning is winning. So, no, don't matter.
And neither of our team is winning, so.
So there you go.
My team won, though. I'll take that. Go, Eagles, go.
It comes out on top.
Called it.
Man, and you are such the opposite of like your stereotypical Eagles fan. You're like all sunshine and rainbows, and then most of those Eagles fans are like over there not rioting, but like they're throwing a huge party and like,
Setting
yeah,
cars
I
on
guess
fire.
rioting's the right word. I don't know, but they're going crazy downtown and just going. I heard people were dying at their freaking rally and shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah, someone got shot.
You know?
I think someone those were
Yeah.
shooting. But one of my coworkers is from Philadelphia, and he wasn't living there last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and they joked of
Is
like
he a
how
fan?
many. No, he's not really a football watcher. But he was saying how he would always joke how many cars got set on fire during a Philly celebration. They
Oh
would
my
count.
gosh.
They would bets on how many cars.
This is their second Super Bowl win, right?
Second in
Like
the
ever.
past decade. No, I think they won
Yeah.
some in the past. Like
No, I could have sworn it was their second in general.
think
I
this
gotta
is-
look at this. I gotta look this
Yeah.
up later.
we'll look it
I'll
up.
let you know in a minute.
Well, I know
We'll
that's
use-
it's first.
But I mean, we're recording this like a week out from Super Bowl, so I guess I have to ask you. You two are avid football watchers. What y'all do with your first free weekend, first free Sunday? No
It
football.
was sad.
Sad.
It was
You-
sad.
You
Woke
moped.
up,
Took care
it
of
was
my
gloomy.
kid.
He's mopey.
No, I'm just kidding. It was I mean, just a little, it's like bittersweet. Each year football season ends, it's kind of bittersweet because you're like, all right, what's left over? And then NBA goes on forever. March Madness is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
March Madness.
but yeah, once football is over, your Sundays are kind of free to do whatever. But definitely a bittersweet moment.
Yeah, it was what it was. I just took care of my kid like I've been doing, and just went about my business and didn't worry about it. I'm just looking forward to next season. I'm keeping my eye on that draft because I want to figure out who I'm drafting for my dynasty league in fantasy football, and I've got my eyes on a couple prospects. I wish I had the first pick so I could get that running back Ashton. Is it Ashton or is it Ashton? Gianti. His last name is Gianti. I can tell you that much.
For which
I'm
team?
not sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I forgot how to pronounce it. I haven't heard anyone actually say it. I've been mostly reading rather than listening. Which teams he play for?
Yeah.
I don't remember actually.
You're gonna
but
get the
we'll figure out.
offensive player of the year for 2024.
Yeah, I think he. So from what I was researching, they're saying maybe the Cowboys are gonna get him. Maybe.
Oh, he's a running back. Oh.
Yeah, he's a running back.
I thought. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's not a quarterback.
Because
Oh,
you need a
okay.
new running back.
I thought you were drafting for your fantasy team. I was like, oh, okay. You're gonna pick an
Well,
untested rookie as your first pick in your fantasy league. That's a bold move.
So in a
You ain't got no money
dynasty
in the
league,
pot.
No money. That's true. No money. No need to do that much research.
so I don't know if y'all have played a dynasty league in fantasy before, but it's a little different from like drafting a new team every year. You
Mhm.
keep your old team and you draft rookies instead.
Ah.
To build
So-
them up. Oh, like a
Yeah.
dynasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like playing like as if, I was an actual manager, kind of. So it's kind of cool.
That's kinda
I
cool,
get to
yeah.
keep all the guys that I had. Like I had Xavier Worthy, for example, who was in my rookie draft this last year, and he turned out pretty good, I'd say. So I'm excited. to
I'm
see
glad
the future,
you
'cause I'm
you,
gonna
you
keep
picked a
having him.
fellow Longhorn. As a Texas
That's
man,
true.
I'm glad you picked a fellow Longhorn.
Hey, if he gets me points.
He's the first UT player in like decades, a lot of years to win a Super Bowl. No, to be a Super Bowl. I was like, Vince
He had
Young
a Super Bowl.
didn't make it. Jamal Williams didn't make it. Who else is out there? So Jamal Charles, not Williams. Jamal Charles didn't make it.
Yeah.
Cole McCoy didn't make it. Not many good UT prospects get out there. So
You know what's funny? We've got your UT Longhorn boy, and then you got my Texas Tech boy. The perfect marriage.
I'm just waiting to see Archie Manning, dominate at UT, and I hope I didn't jinx it now. So we'll
Guess
see.
we'll find out.
I can clip it.
He's the next Manning.
Ah.
He's coming in. The Manning dynasty, the
That's true.
bloodline runs strong.
That's true. I would have loved to see him go up against Brady to just win a Super Bowl against him, but real quick, I want to let you know I took a look on the Eagles. They've been in 5 Super Bowl appearances, but have only won twice. So they lost to the Raiders in '81. They lost to the Patriots in '05.
Yeah.
And then they won against the Patriots in '18. Lost to
Right.
Kansas City a couple years back, and then they beat KC this year.
Mhm. I do remember watching that '05 Super Bowl.
Well, congrats to the Eagles. What did you do?
What did I do? I just chilled,
Yeah.
man. My Sunday last week was super restful. I just cleaned the house, and that's it.
No.
You know.
Okay.
All right, place your bets for next year's Super Bowl.
Wow.
What is it, 60? Is it 60?
Yes, big 6.
Oh, big 6-0.
Mhm.
All right.
I want to hear wild takes. Who do you think's going to win? Starting with Devante.
Lions.
Super Bowl. Lions. Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that choice. Hope they don't choke again.
My backup will be the Bills. We'll keep on trying to push them up there.
Yeah, you're really gonna push them to see the Bills beat the Chiefs.
I'll push them up there, man.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs dynasty, they got their money's worth out of Patrick Mahomes. That 500. I remember when I first heard about it, I was talking to one of my friends and I was just like, bro, half a billy for this man. Right?
Yeah.
Like $500 million, right?
Yeah.
Like half a billy for this man.
The Chiefs.
And you know what? He deserved it. He deserved it looking back.
Patrick Mahomes will retire as a Chiefs for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. He has to. There's no way.
Yeah.
Even if they have to do like the Brady contract, just a 1-day contract, just to sign him back, they'll do it.
Yeah. He's got
The only reason he would leave as a Chief is the same reason Tom Brady left the Eagles or the Patriots.
Tired.
Yeah. He just decides he wants to go do another thing in another team and prove everybody that he can win a Super Bowl without Belichick, or in this case, without Andy Reid.
Or in this case, the refs.
Man.
Who do you think
the rest of the last 2 times?
Yeah, who do you guys got?
Who do you think is going to win next year?
Next year. Okay, so I think if I got to go NFC, I think the big contender is probably still the Lions, but for a wild card that might end up there, I could see the Bucks. See the Bucks going back with Baker Mayfield.
Bucks. Okay.
Yeah.
With Mayfield.
Yeah.
That is a wild card.
Yeah. For a wild card, I think they could do it. They're pretty solid. I was kind of expecting them to make
Mayfield's career is always like this,
Well, especially since he's joined the Bucks. When before it was just
downwards. Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
What about you, Anthony?
I
have
no opinions. I know nothing.
No opinions.
I want to. Who's
Just throw one out there. Just throw one out there.
Who's the worst team? Who's the worst team in the league right now?
The Titans.
I think Titans will make it to the playoffs.
Wait, are they for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got the first draft pick.
Oh wow. They ended up being the worst team.
I think the Titans will pull another Redskins Commanders. Just get the rookie.
Dang, what a throwback.
Carry all the way back up to the playoffs.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping it wins.
That'd be pretty interesting.
Okay.
To see.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. Place your bets for next year's Super Bowl 60. Oh, even bigger. Who do you think will be the halftime performance? The Apple halftime performance. That's probably the bigger
question.
If
the NFL had it their way, it'd be Taylor Swift.
Nah,
if the NFL had it their way.
I mean, to be fair, Taylor Swift is a huge pop star, so like they'll take it in a heartbeat. But
yeah,
I think they Apple Music we're talking about.
Huh?
This is Apple Music, right?
Yeah,
like that's taken over.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you can get Taylor Swift to do a performance, you take it in a heartbeat. She's a world superstar.
Yeah, she's a dragon, bro. Didn't y'all hear?
Didn't y'all talk about? Oh my gosh, I know so much more than I need to about that whole scandal. I do not.
Oh man, I learned a little bit too much about it today from my wife, and I was like,
Devante, do you know about this scandal?
Know more about this.
I've heard a little bit about it, but probably not as much as I need to know.
So we're all in agreement.
Bother to care.
We're about to just drop our entire recording plan and just talk about the scandal from now on.
And
2 hours later.
Yeah, that's why Taylor Swift is a dragon.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
But
fire breathing dragon.
Going back on our original plan.
Her and Ryan Reynolds both. Oh man.
To get back on our regularly scheduled programming, we have a thought-provoking question brought to you by our one and only Devante. Devante, you had a question you posed to us the other day to kind of get us to think and to do a what if scenario, and so I'm gonna
Show,
throw
show.
the ball over to you and be like, hey, do you want to introduce your question?
I got you. So here's a scenario. Everything is the same today, and tomorrow you wake up. You wake up and you remember everything except for your spouse.
Question.
What's up?
I forget everything but my spouse. Like, for example,
Like
if I
you
went on
remember
vaca-
everything but your spouse.
So, like, if I went on vacation with my spouse, I remember the vacation and
Oh my gosh,
everything.
this
but
is a regular day. This is like you wake up tomorrow and then you're like, oh my gosh, my spouse.
wait, no, but like, because
Well-
like, think about it, right? If you forget just your spouse but remember everything else, then like you're gonna remember doing things that you would have done with your spouse, but now you're doing them alone.
This is just a hypothetical.
Alex, you jumped the gun. He didn't even say the question yet.
Oh
All
man!
right.
All right, keep it going, keep it rolling.
All right. So you wake up and you go about your day, and then like you do your routine, and then like just say you walk into your kitchen and you're like, what the heck? You're like, who are you? And it's your wife. Like she's in the kitchen or whatever. And then you're like, wait, why are you in my home? How do you think your spouse would react? In that scenario.
Before we answer, I want to do like a quick comment. You can definitely tell who wakes up earlier in the Devante's home by the phrasing of his question.
Oh, definitely.
Because I'm usually
in
my house. I'm usually the first one awake, so it'd be the inverse. Someone.
Oh, okay. You're the first one. You're in your kitchen, Anthony,
yeah,
and then
some stranger just
your
walks
wife,
in.
Yeah, walks into the kitchen. You're like, what the heck? You're like, I thought I was by myself.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look to his right when he wakes up. He's like, he just gets out of bed, goes to the kitchen. Doesn't question that there was someone in the bed with him. He's like, oh yeah, it must just be another.
All right, here we'll make it into a real scenario. You get into a car accident. And then you get taken to the hospital. You wake up, and once you wake up, like you remember everything but your wife. So you're in the hospital. You wake up. You remember everybody except for your wife. Sure. But you only remember your wife before the time that y'all started dating. So you only know like Chelsea, Michelle, and then like me walking before we started dating. Like that's the last memory that we have of them.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're like it's like stopped in time.
Sure.
And then everything after that, like you don't remember. Like you don't remember dating. You don't remember getting married, having a kid.
So I basically forgot all of college. Got it.
No, you remember college. You just don't remember dating.
Her. Yeah, you don't remember her being in your life.
Man,
do you remember your degree?
So it's pretty big. It's a pretty big chunk, right, for us. So now you're in a hospital. You wake up. What do you do? Like how would you feel? How would you go about life, knowing that that she is your wife, but I think knowing now that she's your wife, but in that scenario you don't.
Knowing who my wife is, knowing who Michelle is, I think after the usual like grieving part, because you lose someone close to you essentially. I think she would probably begin the process of like trying to get me to remember all of it. And then a couple of years ago, I think, she from one of our dating anniversaries, she actually made like a video of like our relationship, and she gifted us like a video. So I imagine she would do very much the same thing, but now it's like 8 years, of worth of like content, and we have like pictures of like us and our dog and all that stuff. We have a lot of whenever she goes back to like Hong Kong during college, we had a lot of like personal videos that we sent to each other, and we still have all those videos like on our phone still. And then
you think she would show you those videos?
Yeah, and we would have like, we also keep all of our cards we've written to each other in like a little keepsake box, and so I think she would probably like we would probably go through those and we would see how much like pre-accident Anthony loves Michelle, and how much Michelle loves pre-accident Anthony. And I think it's one of those situations where even though I can't remember all of those memories, I wouldn't be surprised if like I fell in love with her all over again. And maybe it's next movie, make a little book out of it.
I feel you.
For me, it'd probably be pretty similar. I feel like Chelsea would just start showing me my phone and be like, look, this is your child. Look, this is me. Like she showed me all kinds of like photos and videos because we have so many. I mean, it's over almost a decade's worth of photos and videos. So I'd probably just be sitting on my phone, just looking at all of them, be like, oh wow, like I don't remember this. I don't remember that. That looks like we had a good time. And like, I'm sure eventually I'd get to like the wedding video, because we have that 2-hour wedding video with everybody. And so I think it would just be a lot of photos and videos talking about it with her, and then just kind of re-exploring the relationship, and it's almost like starting from scratch, and then eventually, like Anthony said, falling in love again and moving forward. But I can't say 100% I know what'll happen other than that. But that's what I assume would happen.
Yeah,
what about you, Devante?
I'm probably on the same page as you guys. I think re-falling in love. For me, it's I thought about this scenario.
A bit different because you were friends with your...
Yeah, because I was already friends with her, and so I wouldn't believe her. I think I'd be like, you're lying. You said you would never date me, you know? I'd be like, oh, this is a prank, right? Like, yeah, I truly think I'd be like, are you for real right now? Are you really my wife? Just knowing like how Wakana is, I'd be like, dang, what did I do to really get her? Like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be a lot of reminiscing on photos, because Wakana has like a crap ton of, like, she has like every photo on her phone. Like, she has to have like the biggest iPhone storage just because of it. Like, she has to have her photos. And so she'd probably go down the list of all the embarrassing photos that she would have of me. And then she would show me those just to be like, yeah, I'm I'm your wife because I have these photos.
Are these fake? Are these fake? Is this AI?
I think the best way she could remind you is she would just say, "What are we?"
Oh yeah, I would in an instant be like, I would have PTSD, and then I would flash back. Have trauma and be like, oh my gosh, I remember.
That's his trigger. It's his trigger to remember his girl.
But yeah, I think it'd be a lot of reminiscing. But I'd probably come down to the end of it and be like, why would she be lying to me? Right?
Like, what did she?
I'd be like, yeah, what did she gain? Like, it's just me. It's just Devante. Like, what do I have to bring to the table for her to be lying to me, to be like, you're my husband, right? So I think that's what it'll come down to. I'd be like, you're probably right. Like, I probably am your husband, and I just don't remember.
Knowing you, you'd probably be like, oh, you know what? I didn't even have to do anything. This worked perfectly.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is all a part of my plan. I didn't have to work as hard. You just loved me from the beginning.
Right. That was always the way you rolled. Well, never tried.
Now the real question is, let's flip it. What if your wife forgot you, and what would you do? Like, what would...
Same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I would just create a video and show her all the cars we rode to each other. Like,
all right, what would be the most sentimental thing that, like, you're like, if you can bring it up to one thing that you'd show her, like one moment or like one experience, that'd be like, if I showed her this, like, this has to make her remember.
Probably the wedding.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I might do the vow. Like our
besides
vows.
The wedding.
Our vow. Oh yeah, because our vows were pretty sentimental. Ooh, I would probably show her our keepsake box. Okay, it has every single card we returned for every Valentine's Day, every birthday, every dating anniversary, every just random card we got each other. It's all there.
Okay, it's like a treasure note.
Yeah, it's like a treasure. And then we've been always meaning to scrapbook it, but we've never got around to scrapbooking. But
fair enough.
I think you gotta get a pretty good sized scrapbook.
Well, we just do like the highlights of like maybe do the 20 best whatever's throughout the entire relationship. But that's really interesting because like when I first met Michelle, we first started like interacting. We were looking back. It's like Valentine's Day just happened, a couple of days ago, and in college, my very first like actual interaction with Michelle, other than her being like, I guess like the leader for like a student org that I was a part of, was we were doing secret Valentine's Day, and I got her as my secret Valentine's, And so
Oh.
someone texted me, he's like, here's what Michelle had put down. Like, because so when we signed up for Secret Valentine's, we also put down what we liked so that the person who got our name would kind of know what to give us, so we don't get something that we hated. And so I got Michelle, and the only thing she put down in all caps was, I love cookies. That's it. That's all she put down.
Okay.
And so this is in
I
college.
know I liked Michelle.
This is in college. So like, I didn't, you live in an apartment. I cook, but I didn't, cook that much. I didn't bake that much. I just cooked to sustain me.
Right.
This is an era when I was like macro counting, so I was like, super efficient. I just ate chicken every single day. But when I got that text from my friend, I was like, I knew exactly what I needed to get Michelle. The budget was, I think, something under $15 was the budget. So I just said, I'm just gonna make homemade cookies. She says she likes cookies. I'm just gonna make homemade cookies. How hard could that be, right? I had an old a baking book that I got from a friend, and in it has like a cookie recipe. So I said, boom, perfect. I'm gonna do that recipe.
What kind of cookie?
Just chocolate chip cookie. Nothing too
Okay.
fancy.
Okay.
And so, but you know me. Whenever I get into a project or activity, I do research beforehand. I don't want to just make any cookie. I want to make the best cookie.
This man got some organic eggs.
So like I'm like googling it. You see the Zach Galifianakis. I'm like, the numbers just go around in my head. And so like also I wanted to play around with like the ratio. So I wanted like a kind of a thicker cookie. I didn't want too crispy of a cookie. So I was playing around with different ratios. And, they were like, you want to retain moisture. So here's how you retain moisture in a cookie. You gotta use like brown sugar. You gotta use like softened butter and not too soft. All that stuff.
Right.
So I wanted to make her just a dozen cookies. I ended up making like 48 cookies, trying to find the perfect ratio of like all of the ingredients, just to get the perfect like bouncy fluffy cookie. Because I just had to make the best cookie.
Did you?
I think so. I liked it a lot. It was pretty good. If you ask me the ratio, what I
we
use,
need her opinion. We need
that's what I
her
was
to come
thinking.
in and tell us,
No.
and then she's gonna be like, I forgot about them cookies.
you have to text her when I'm not around. Otherwise, she's gonna say they're amazing. You gotta get her an honest, blunt opinion.
Do you remember what she thought of the cookies
Yep.
when you gave them to her?
Yeah.
Because you weren't dating at the time, right? So I
Yeah.
would assume it'd be a little bit more honest,
Yeah,
perhaps.
she liked it a lot. She gave it to her roommates. They said it was really good. So there you go.
Let's ask the
All right.
roommates, Devante.
Yeah, we gotta go ask the roommate. We gotta go do some investigation right now, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you remember them cookies
The
from back
cookies
in the day?
From like 8 years ago.
They're gonna be like, what cookies?
This is like before we were dating. This is like our very first like interact,
Yeah.
like one of our very first interactions.
You better remember.
Yeah.
She better remember
And
them cookies.
she has the card that I wrote along with a cookie.
She
Dude,
remembers.
the card like sounds so generic because we weren't dating at the time. This is just some random person I'm in a student org with. It was like,
Yeah.
you seem pretty cool. Here are cookies.
Oh, man.
Man, isn't it
And
cool
he
that
tried
you
so
just
hard.
happened to get her?
Yeah,
Out of all the people in the student
of all the
org,
people.
it just happened to be your future
Yeah,
wife.
of all the people,
Isn't that crazy?
of all the places and all the places to be, we just happened to get there together.
Mm.
Yeah, but I say we keep keeping
on
all
a
the
force.
cards. So I think I would probably make a nice little collage, and you would see the relationship grow over the past years from different greeting cards to greeting cards and whatnot.
Right.
Let's
I actually have a cookie story with Chelsea too.
Nice.
So when we first started
You're like
dating,
dressed like the Cookie Monster.
or not, actually we weren't dating. I was, yeah, like the Cookie Monster, right? Before we started dating, I would try and invite her and her friend and her roommate over, and I would try to get them to like want to hang out with us by enticing them with cookies. I'd be like, "Hey, y'all want to come over? We got freshly baked cookies."
You are the
because
Cookie Monster.
we needed more like girlfriends in our group. Like we didn't have any. We had just a bunch of guys. So I was like, we need to get some estrogen in here.
The way you bait
Yeah.
that sounds like you're like a predator. Hey, come into my
Oh
apartment.
my
I have
God.
cookies. Come into my apartment.
It
I have
wasn't
cookies.
like that. It was not like
He's
that.
a real Cookie Monster. Come
Just-
into my trash can.
It was just like, hey, do y'all want to hang out? We baked some cookies if you're interested. Just like as a little incentive.
That doesn't
Hey,
sound
you
any
sounded
better.
the creepy there by that.
That sounds exactly the same. Of hey, come into
Hey,
my
You
car.
sound kind of creepy there, man.
Oh my! It definitely was not like that. I promise I delivered it better. But
Hey, we need some estrogen in here.
oh man.
It's just like a boys' club.
Anyhow. So they would come over, and lo and behold, I didn't know this, but Chelsea does not like cookies. She does not like chocolate chip cookies at all. So whenever she would come over and I would like offer her like some of the cookies, she would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take some," And then she did not eat them. She just threw them away.
Oof.
Dang. You're
I was
truly
like, "You
her
what?"
with cookies.
I was like, "You threw away the cookies?" I was like, "Chelsea, I love cookies. I would have eaten those cookies."
Here's the real thing. She did eat them, and they were just garbage. They were just
It was
trash.
just Nestle
Throw
Toll
'em
House.
away.
I didn't bake them from scratch. I wasn't you, Anthony, going all out. I just,
that's why she threw
the
them
basic.
away. You didn't put your love into it.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
man. You didn't
Maybe.
put all your heartfelt love.
You didn't do your research, your multi-day research.
that's true. I did not do research on it. I just went for the Nestle Toll House cookie dough.
You just went for the estrogen.
store. Oh man. You know what I really
Well, it
wanted?
worked out, though.
I just wanted the cookies, man. At the time.
She ended up coming and even marrying you. You ain't gotta ever make her a cookie again.
That's true. That's true. And now I know how to make cookies from scratch because of her.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, they're pretty. I actually gotta say, baking cookies from scratch is a lot better.
It's
I didn't know
true.
Chelsea didn't like cookies though. I don't know why I never realized that.
So I've been watching Love Is Blind season 8. I think season 8 is coming out now. And-
Love is blind.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the concept where they're both in two rooms and then
Yeah,
they're
they
like
start off and
talking
they, like,
to each other.
they
right?
ask the question, is love truly blind? It's not. It really isn't. But for some reason,
Spoiler alert.
I don't really watch too much reality TV other than like cooking competition shows, but I love watching Love Is Blind. But here's the catch though.
I love good cooking show though.
I only watch like the first half of the season because I don't care about like after they come back from their honeymoon and like they're leading up to the wedding portion. I don't really care about that part. For some reason, I just really like watching.
Isn't that
like,
the best part?
No, I like watching the drama build up, right? Like,
The development.
they go from like fall like super in love in these little pod situation, and then they go to like the honeymoon, they're living together, and then drama pops up because it's reality TV. So,
Anthony likes seeing relationships fail. Got it.
yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
I think so. I mean, there's like a weird part of me that like it's like a power rush when I see relationships fail.
He's like, yes,
Yeah.
they failed.
He's like,
I'm better.
I'm in a, yeah, exactly.
My relationship did not
Nice.
fail.
But I think for me, because like it's they ask these like questions and they have like these things, and I wonder like, oh yeah, like how would I react to like if someone did X, Y, and Z, how would I these are because they streamline the entire dating experience. Like how long did we date our significant other before marrying? I dated Michelle since in junior in college, and we got married like 2 years ago. So like that's like 6 years of dating. And then what about you, Alex? How long did you date, Chelsea before marrying her?
We started in 15, married in 22, so 7.
Yeah. And then Devante, how long did you know Wakana and talk to her on a semi-regular basis? He doesn't have you every single day before you married Wakana.
Probably knew walking probably like 10 years before
Yeah.
we started dating. And
so-
then talked to her every Sunday.
Yeah. And so like for me, we spent so much time working other before marrying, but these people, it like happens in the span of like a couple weeks, like 4 weeks, something like that. They just cram the
That's
entire relationship into like those condensed time, and it just drama happens. It pops up, and that's why I love watching like them have these fights and have them going through these like first dating kind of like questions and scenarios, and be like, how would I react? How would I behave and that kind of stuff. And so
Honestly, the best way to react in those situations, well, seeing that it's a reality show, the best way to react is just to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Like tell them the truth from the get-go.
no, but you got to get screen time.
Devante, that's not how it works in those reality shows. Come on now.
You got to
That's
build
why
a
I
brand.
prefaced it. That's why I prefaced it with if it was a reality show, but of course the reality shows have to have the drama, right? That's what the views.
They got to build a brand. This is their only
I'm
seconds
pretty
of fame.
I know that shows like The Bachelor, they'll literally have like they'll do like a psych evaluation on their on the people that sign up for it, just to kind of determine, who's gonna give them the most drama and shit.
Sure.
So it's
I'm
probably
sure.
the same thing with Love Is Blind.
Blind.
They're like, who's got that extra oomph?
But I think
Would y'all have ever done Love Is Blind?
That was gonna be my question. Jump to the point. All right, yeah. Like, well, realistically, yeah. Would you not just Love Is Blind, but also like Married at First Sight or like 90 Day Fiance or all those like quick those quick love shows that like make you love like instantaneously. Would you do those shows?
The only one I would consider is The Bachelor, just because at least on there you get to kind of travel and go to cool places, and I feel like that show is probably a little less toxic than some of those other ones.
Would you be The Bachelor, or would you want to do The Bachelorette and like pursue someone?
I'd be fine with either. I'd be fine with starting on The Bachelor and then being The Bachelor, or being The Bachelor and then whatever.
You choose the inverse. You start on The Bachelorette and then become The Bachelor.
Yeah, I mean that'd be more fun, probably, just because then you do it a bit longer. But I feel like that's not the goal at the same time, because if you want to be on that show, the goal should be to like make the connection and then end up with the girl, not get on it and try to be The Bachelor, because that's
man. Some people,
Some people
people do that. People do that. I'm not saying that people don't do that. I'm just saying that wouldn't be my intentions if I did do that.
Right.
More importantly, if I didn't end up with her, I'd be excited for stuff like Paradise. Paradise, I think, looks like the most fun part of that whole show.
That's like the trashy one, right? It's one that's like super drama.
It can get trashy,
drama filled.
But I feel like that's when they all like be more themselves. Like they're the most authentic versions,
Sure.
It's
Okay.
like, because like they're
not
not
for one person. I don't want to say like it's not like a tipping or a pinnacle. Now it's like, oh, I kind of want her or her. Now you're debating.
So I take it you watch The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, all those shows too, Devante?
For a season in my life, I did.
Okay.
I haven't picked up back on it, but I did like 2 years ago.
Okay.
You might now that football's over.
How else will you spend your Mondays, right? Is it Monday still?
They do have, it's Mondays. They do have, actually tonight, speaking of, they do have a like a fantasy version of like fantasy football, but The Bachelor, where you like kind of pick who you think's gonna make it to the end just based off the first episode. It's a thing.
Wow.
People make bets on this shit, man.
Oh man,
people are wild. I don't do it, but like I'll do it with Chelsea. I'll be like, yeah, I think that girl's gonna be the one who ends up at the end, or I think that dude's gonna be the one. Like it's crazy what people will be betting on.
All right, Devante, do you think Alex will be the villain of his Bachelorette season?
God, I hope not.
Alex, no, I get what you're saying. Alex would unknowingly be the villain.
No, yeah. Let's imagine our scenario. Let's all three of us are on The Bachelorette. We're all pining for one girl. What are our archetypes? When are we getting eliminated, or who's gonna win?
Okay, are we still the three bros in this season? Are we just
all?
No. We're all three strangers, but because we're friends, know our personality, right? We are still ourselves, but we're complete strangers. We're with 15 other dudes or whatever. I don't know how people are on the beginning.
I don't know. This is a tough question.
Yeah, it depends on the woman too.
This is an easy question for me. For me, it's easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
go ahead.
For me,
first.
if she's not for me, she's not for me. I'd be like, oh, if she's for Anthony, if she's for you, Anthony, or Alex, because I know you guys, I'd be like, shit, like no dog in this game.
You don't know us, but
you're not friends with us.
Yeah, you're not friends.
But
with
know
us.
our personalities.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying we knew each other's as a friend.
No. We are complete strangers, but the question is, because we're all friends right now in real life, where would we fall under the spectrum of when would we get eliminated?
Our personalities.
Who would go the furthest?
Do you think that, for example, I would be kicked out of night 1, or do you think I'd be kicked out night 2, or do you think I'd make it to the final 3 or whatever?
Yeah.
Let's say it's the ideal girl, right?
Yeah, for whatever.
Because this is if she's not the ideal girl, we'd all be like, all right, we're dipping out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we all have very different types of women that we go after. Yeah.
I think I have my prediction for Devante for sure. I think
I already know my prediction for me. I mean, Alex, you both will know. I'm not gonna pursue something that I know I'm not gonna be.
But
Yeah,
here's the
Devante,
thing.
you'd be gone night one potentially.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Devante,
Really?
I think Devante won't make it further than he thinks, only because yes, he doesn't try, but all the girls seem to like him, right? So I think he would be surprised getting past night one. He would think he's going home night one, but he would move on to like, you know, at least like when it starts to weed out the people who actually genuinely care about the person.
Then he gets weeded out. I don't like her like that.
Then he gets weeded out.
I got a counter argument to this, and let me tell you why.
Yeah,
Devante's going home night one because he doesn't try. He doesn't care, which means he's not even going to go talk to the girl. He's going to chill and wait for her to come to him. And he's going to be like, all right, well, if she wants to come talk to me, she knows where to find me.
Nah, I got to.
The producers
will. In this scenario, I have to try, right? Because, like, I came out all this way to talk to this girl.
Yeah.
I have to at least talk to her night one. That's for sure. Okay, I'll give you that.
Remember, she's gonna be, you know, whatever you're picturing her ideal type is. You know, she's like, you know, Devante's a, you know, perfect woman. That's why he applied to be on the show. Sure. I think he'll go further. He'll go further than he thinks.
Oh no, man. If I'll talk to her, I'll give her a chance, right? I think I'll make it past night one, like in terms of like I'm already here, so I'm gonna do it, right? It's like our football games back in high school, right, Alex? Like I was always like, I'm already here, might as well play.
Might as well try.
Might as well try. And then who knows? Like they say on the show, what if I do end up like loving her, right? But I think, like you said, I would have to at least talk to her night one. But if I don't like her, I'm dipping out, bro. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe this ain't it. You know, I'd be like, I hope you find the man of your dreams, but I'm just not it.
My second prediction is that Devante would willingly excuse himself from the competition.
Yeah. That one was
like Jesse, I got something to say. And Jesse would be like, this is the first time in Bachelor history that a man excused himself on the show.
It wouldn't be, but
she's going to offer you the rose. You'd be like, I can't in good conscience take this rose. I don't like you. And then walk out.
I'm like, respectfully, you're
devastated.
About to be like, you have a whole bunch of great men, but I just don't think I'm the one for you.
And I'm okay with that.
I'll be okay with it. I'll be like, I'm cool with it in my own skin.
I'd say would end up on Paradise, and he'd be really chilling at the pool.
Oh, I'd be like, dude, there was a guy on one season where he was there.
Which season of what?
It was like recent, like
Paradise or Bachelor.
Yeah, Paradise. Like he was just there chilling. Like he was literally chilling. Like he'd be talking to the girl, but then like he kind of let her know, like, hey, like, you know, I'm just here for free, right? You know, like I just want to have some drinks. You know, like make it each week. Because they're living paradise, right? Yeah. Like they're living rent free.
Yeah, you gotta make it last as long as possible.
Yeah, they all got mad as hell at him too, because, you know, they're all like, "You're supposed to be here wanting to find love."
Exactly, but like I'd be like, "Hey, man, I am trying to find love, but ain't no girl here for me, so I'm just chilling."
Free time.
Yeah.
All right, I think my prediction for Alex would be he either wins it or he is like the first real like heartbreak. Like she's like pining, and then when she has to not give him the rose, she's like crying and devastating.
Alex would be 2 seasons ago,
or
he would
he's
be
the villain.
Captain America. I can't remember his name. There's
Captain
a guy.
America.
He's from Texas too. He was a guy from Texas. He kind of looks like you, actually.
Is it Joey?
Who are these?
Is it Joey? I have to look it up.
Joey was the one. He's been.
No. I think it's before Joey. But Joey was a good guy. Joey was. I like
Joey. Everyone liked Joey.
Nice. Yeah.
Are you talking about the one who like he told all 3 women that he loved?
It was on the Bachelorette. No, it was on. He was on the Bachelor. He was on the Bachelorette. Became the Bachelor the next season.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah.
But like he was
Joey.
But he was like
Blake.
Hurt. Like
Blake didn't be the Bachelor.
It was with the blonde girl. It was like with the white blonde girl. Hold on.
I got you.
She really. I'm just laying out the whole tea, but she really liked him. But then like something happened at where they stay together, like the night where they.
are you talking about Zach?
Oh yes, it might be Zach.
Yeah, Zach was before Joey. I forgot about
Yes.
him.
Zach, yes, on his season. That was I was like, dang, that man.
Yeah.
That would be you, Alex. That season would be you. You would be Zach.
Do we like this Zach or not?
Zach,
I like
Zach
Zach.
was cool.
Okay.
Zach,
I like Zach.
his relative is the guy who plays Kronk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, his was super weird. He like had an overnight date with her or whatever, and then they went from like super good, like you're thinking this guy's gonna
It
win
was
it,
just.
and then she's like not feeling it. He's like, I think I'm going home. Like, what the hell happened?
He literally went home the next day. He was like, all right, I think this isn't it. I'm leaving. And then he just went home. And I was like, what the heck happened? Like I thought they were gonna be it.
Yeah, and then that girl, she actually ended up being on Paradise. She was the Bachelorette, and she ended up being on Paradise. She was the first Bachelorette to make it there. It did not go well for her because she had it was her and another girl. They shared being Bachelorette that season.
But yeah, just to explain that season a bit, I think Alex would he's like very, Alex is a very open with his emotions and with his thoughts. And so like that's how Zach was, like very straightforward, but very still thinking about their side, and like let him down easy if he doesn't like them, right? But I feel like that's what Alex would be.
Yeah, for sure.
That season.
Yeah.
He'd probably go the furthest of all three of us. Or he just shaped the villain. I think he's shaped the villain. I think he's going to be
Anthony,
a total asshole.
you might
Depends on the energy in that house.
For me, my prediction is I'm going to make it further than I think. Like I'm the contestant that like all the people like I see like no screen time of him, but he somehow just makes it each week. Like we don't see anything about him. He's just like an enigma on the screen. But he just
that's because you don't get involved in the drama.
Exactly.
You stay out of the drama. That's why
I can see that.
You would be there and like the girl would love you and like well maybe not love you but like you a lot and then like keep you around until finally everyone's like, wait, who is this guy? What?
No,
How is it the final five? And who's this one guy? He's there. How's he in the final five now? That's me.
Exactly.
You're like the audience would be confused.
Like, why is he still around?
You're like low key under the radar, and then like whenever you do show up on TV, it's like very sentimental. Like conversations, like heartfelt, and then it's like, oh, okay, it cuts to somewhere else, right? Like some drama. It's like, oh, it's like a pleasant scene of Anthony and her talking, and then it goes on to the drama.
If Anthony played his cards right, and he was his most authentic self, I think that man could honestly, he probably wouldn't make it to the very end, but you know what I think he would be? I think this guy would become the first Asian bachelor. Is what would happen. That's what would happen. That's what I would see happen to Anthony. He'd make it to like the top 4 like hometowns. He'd introduce her to his mom and everything. Then she'd be like, you know what? I'm sorry, Anthony.
In hometowns, do they meet their friends too, or is it just family?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
I think
so. We definitely would scare her away. Devante would start asking questions. Man, he'd be like, "So why Anthony out of these 4 men?"
What I was thinking. I'm like, if this parallel universe, I'm making the hometown. I figured, hey, these are my 2 best friends, and you're just grilling her like nonstop. And I was like, nice.
They're like, this is gonna be on live TV. I'll be like,
this is good TV content right here.
You're like, why is this man asking her the hardest questions?
Or they don't even air the questions that we ask her because they don't show the friends too much, so they might not even show us on air at least.
I would ask for the unedited raw footage of y'all just asking her questions. That's what I
She'd be like, oh my gosh, that Devante guy would not stop asking.
My wife can attest.
My wife cannot attest.
But you know what?
Yeah, you did not ask her any questions.
Yeah, it's crazy night and day.
I'm your wife's biggest fan, so
good.
They got my approval.
This is true.
Well, I'm gonna say
likewise to y'all's.
Anthony, you might become the villain, bro.
The villain? Yeah, I can see that. I could see him as being.
I can see like a small percentage.
Total dick.
Anthony could not become the villain. No.
Somebody crosses. Like somebody would start a like Anthony's like good, right? Like he somebody would start a bad rumor about Anthony that's not true, and then Anthony would be like he would destroy him with his kindness.
I would be like
the
snake. I would be like all like kiki happy like in front of them, but and like unlike when I'm just talking to the TV, I'm gonna say the most like the most like bitch thing ever. I'm like, this guy's
Oh
a
my
hoe.
gosh, he's like watching it back.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd be
man.
that. I'll have a very snarky comment when I'm not in front of them.
Okay.
All right,
I can see you doing that, but I don't think that would make you a villain.
I'd be the snake.
Would you be the guy that if another guy like was talking shit about you and you found out, would you be the guy that goes to the Bachelorette and tell her?
Oh no, I would talk to his face. That's the one thing if I find out that like, this is one thing that kind of stems from even my current relationship. Like the way Michelle and we started dating, it wasn't like the I guess like picture books kind of start. When we started dating, some people had rumors about Michelle and I. Dude, if I told her that if I heard that in person, so I found out the rumors like way after they happened, after like we proved them wrong. But I was like, if I heard people type rumors about me and Michelle, I would be like, no, I don't sit like that. That's not how I roll. Like if you say something about me, you tell me to my face. Because like what you're saying is blatantly wrong, and you're hurting the character of like Michelle and I don't stand by that.
Right.
So I think if someone talks shit about me, I would say, hey, no, on live TV, I would confront them.
Right.
I would say it to my face, and they say it to my face.
I'm
I'm like,
eat that up.
then I say it to my face, and they say it to my face. I'm like, you know what? I forgive you. And I just walk away. I don't give a shit about comments.
It'd be that the live Bachelor where they have everybody
Yeah.
like in the stands on ABC or whatever, and then Jesse would have to break up the crowd.
Yeah.
They'd be like, Anthony, don't say stuff like that.
That's so mean, Anthony. Like, I don't care. You know, in high school, I was called, I was made fun of for being Asian. I don't give a fuck. All right. Well,
yeah, I think we'd, like you said, I think we'd all get further than we think.
Yeah, further than I think for sure.
But I
Watch
feel
me all
like
get sent home night one.
Yeah.
yeah, we're all too like we know what we want to be like. Oh, I need to stay and fight for this position or something.
I think that would be the hardest part about the whole thing is you're like competing with all these other men because it's like before, if you're going after like
a girl, you don't know who else is going after.
Yeah, you don't really see the other guys or know who else she's talking to. So it's like now that they're all right there in front of you all at once, it's like that can be a little intimidating. On top of everything that you're trying to do, like you're trying to see if there's even a connection there yourself, and then you're like you might be trying even a little harder than you would normally just because you're on a show and just everything that's going on. So it'd be kind of hard at times to just remain that your true self. I feel like
they'd have to come up with a bunch of Japanese girls for me, dude.
Just do Love Is Blind Japan. Everyone's so proper.
Oh my gosh,
so proper there.
I'm telling walking up.
I'm not gonna stroke my own self.
Ego.
I'd probably
stroke your own ego. Stroke your own self. You want to rephrase that one?
Hey, I didn't want to say the other word. Yeah, stroke my own ego, I guess. But
God.
A Japanese speaking black dude, that's like the next Tiger Woods over there, dude.
Oh man. I'll never forget that thing you told me in high school, Devante, but I can't say it out loud.
You cannot say it out loud. Don't even dare. Don't even dare. You know what? To make sure you don't say it, I'm going to end the show now so you can't say it there. That is our show, folks. This has been Dude, You Never Told Me.
Dude, we never told you. And we never will.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, please follow us on Spotify, like our YouTube channel. And if you like this music, that is our friend Leviction. Give him a follow. Link in the description below. And with that, I'll say, show's over. We'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Adios. And what Devante told me was...